Hi, welcome back to Movie Review Mom. Today, the movie I'm reviewing is The Secret Life of Pets, Part 2. Yep, this is a sequel. Some say it's an unwanted sequel, but here we are nonetheless. First of all, warning, I am not going to be able to get through this movie review without saying the word cute or adorable about 1,000 times because this movie is actually really cute. I liked the first one. Um, I just think this one is actually better in some ways. First of all, the movie is rated PG. It's 86 minutes long, and the grade that I gave it is a B plus, close to an A minus, but probably a B plus. It's so colorful. There are so many details, so many ridiculous moments that actually made me laugh out loud. And this doggone sequel is just really cute. Kids are actually going to get a kick out of it for the outlandish shenanigans. Some parents may think they're ridiculous, but they will laugh enough and often enough that they'll be able to tolerate it. There are many of your favorite characters from the first movie, The Secret Life of Pets, as well as plenty of new ones that add to the adventure and will keep you entertained. This is Illumination's first sequel, apart from the Despicable Me franchise. So, a few tips for parents. It is generally family friendly and I think enjoyable by all ages. Your kids are definitely going to want a pet, so be prepared. You might need to explain to your kids what catnip is and why it works the way that it does on cats. There's kind of a moment that you might need to explain. There is some animal cruelty portrayed by an evil circus man. And I wouldn't say that the film necessarily preaches anti circus sentiment. However, some of your kids may pick up on that and just not ever want to go to the circus. So you may have to have a conversation with your kids about that as well. There is a woman who intentionally hits a man with her car. That's supposed to be funny, but you're going to want to talk to your kids about how you don't do that. And then there's lots of action that will keep the kids interested. Animals are in peril often, and there is some violence, and oftentimes it's not just humans to animals, but animals beating up other animals, that kind of thing. It's like a cartoon kind of violence. Some positive themes are courage, and that's probably the biggest theme, but of course, friendship. And it's the friendship that ties all of these characters together. Some of the things that I liked a lot are, first of all, the voice talent. These characters are really brought to life with just some talented actors and actresses, including Kevin Hart, Tiffany Haddish, Harrison Ford, who's a big surprise. And this is actually his very first animation. Patton Oswalt, who plays Max, the protagonist in the story. And even though he has a potty mouth on his stand-up gigs and his comedy routines, he has a really great voice for animation, and I really enjoyed him. Eric Stone Street, who I adore in the TV show, it's a sitcom called Modern Family. That sitcom makes me laugh out loud, guaranteed, every episode. I just think it's got such clever humor. Love it. And I would have loved to have heard more from his character, who plays a very minor role in this movie. But there we are. Jenny Slate, who's adorable, super cute. Her voice is just so perfect for animation. She was so cute in Zootopia. She's been in actually a lot of real live action movies as well, but for animation, she's just so cute. Um, and her character is adorable. Gigi has this funny little romantic sequence. All of the scenes with Gigi, I just laughed out loud because I just thought she was super cute. Lake Bell, Hannibal Buress, Nick Kroll, Dana Carvey, whose voice isn't as recognizable as you would think it would be, Ellie Kemper, Pete Holmes, Garth Jennings, Bobby Moynihan. Many of them were in the very first movie, but some of them are new characters in this movie. New York City is also one of the characters in the movie, which I always love. And it's just so colorful and magical. And it just makes it look like it's kind of a fun place to live, full of adventure, which is actually true. There are just so many funny sequences that I think are entertaining and will certainly keep the kids interested. And you don't really have to have seen the first movie to even understand this movie at all. Yes, there's the backstory with the friendships, but not really necessary. You quickly catch on that they know each other, and so you don't have to have seen the first one. There are cute rolling credits at the end of the movie, and there are, however, a few things that I didn't like. And first of all, it's not like just one solid, cohesive plot like in the first, The Secret Life of Pets. Instead, this film features more of a collection of three different adventures that the various animals go on. And what they have in common, of course, is their friendship. They all know each other. They're kind of together at the beginning and then they come back at the end. But in the middle, there are three separate plot stories. Some of them are better than others, but they each also carry along the theme of having courage and developing courage. And so I liked it. I think it bothers some people that there's not just one main story, but I also think audiences are used to having two stories, both on TV and in movies, and in this case, three different stories that are kind of intertwined. Anyway, another side note that just kind of made me laugh out loud is I mentioned there's this evil circus guy, and he's Russian. My niece actually lived in Russia for a year and a half, and she says that the Russian people are very well aware that all the bad guys in American movies are Russian. And she says it hurts their feelings. And so I feel kind of bad that yet here is one more evil guy who is Russian in this movie. And then the other thing is Kevin Hart. He kind of plays the same character in every movie. And while he can be really great, he can also be a little grating. And so I always kind of feel like I need a little bit of peace and quiet after I've watched a movie with him in it. His character's cute. Not my favorite, but I admit that he's cute and he does a great job in this movie. There's some funny lines, of course, that he says. One is his little rabbit is, his character's a rabbit, it's a little fluffy, furry rabbit. He's trying to lift up this weight and he says, "This is obviously glued to the floor." But I don't know why. I just thought that was kind of funny. And then you go to moviereviewmom.com, and I always write down all of the funny lines that I noticed, interesting lines that carried the theme. And so here, I'll finish up with these three little lines. One is by Harrison Ford, who plays a rooster, and he says, "The first step to not being afraid is acting like you're not afraid." And again, that carries the theme of courage throughout this movie. And courage is a lesson that not only our children need to learn, but we as adults often, every day, I feel like I'm crossing over that edge of comfort. And of course, that growth edge, when you cross over it, is what allows for growth. And so little kids need to know that that's part of life, that they're not going to just be courageous one moment, but moment after moment after moment throughout their lives. And then towards the end of the movie, or at the very end of the movie, in fact, Max says, "Everything changes. Nothing stays the same for long." And that's another lesson that not only kids, but adults need to learn, that every day is new. And with that comes great promise, as well as challenges, but the opportunity to learn and grow and experience and have our own adventures. And then Max also says, you never know what life is going to throw at you. You have two choices: run from it or run at it. So hopefully this movie will give an opportunity for you to chat with your kids of all ages about having courage and looking at life as an adventure, to not just settle in to your comfort area, but to embrace each day. That's it for my movie review. I think that you'll enjoy this movie. Just go in knowing it's going to be ridiculous and outlandish, and enjoy all of the details that are in the movie. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and comment below. And thank you for your support. I really do appreciate it. Bye for now.